This is Nightline. Tonight, teen takeovers. Teens swarming public streets fueled by social media, some of them turning violent, sparking concerns across the country, calls to curb the gatherings, and even prosecute parents.
Parents, if you don't control your kids, the district will.
We're on the ground in Detroit, talking to leaders.
We are not going to police our way out of violence, but we are going to treat it from a holistic public health approach.
And young people themselves.
Us teens are not bad like how y'all trying to make it seem.
The one thing teens say will stop it. Plus, the women of the Odyssey. We're back again with the star-studded cast from Lupita Nyong'o, bringing Helen of Troy to life.
I loved having the opportunity to humanize Helen.
To Oscar winner Anne Hathaway, now expecting her third child, channeling tough love as Tom Holland's on-screen mother.
That world is gone.
The whole concept of gentle parenting wasn't really a part of like Ithaca and ancient Greece.
She hadn't read many parenting books.
No.
And ahead of Sunday's final, we take a look at the first ever World Cup halftime extravaganza.
I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy.
Hips Don't Lie singers Shakira, Justin Bieber, Madonna, and the other surprises in store. From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. Summer has always been a time for teens to enjoy themselves, basking in their freedom from academics and hanging with their friends. But for some, there's nothing relaxing about the alarming trend known as teen takeovers. You've probably seen some of the videos going viral of large groups of young people swarming the streets, sometimes escalating into violence. You're watching police-sworn body camera footage of authorities in Tampa, Florida, trying to quell a so-called teen takeover. A phenomenon sparking growing attention across the country.
I need to turn to their vehicle. We need somewhere to put these 10-15s in.
Largely organized by groups on social media, crowds of young people often swarming a public area, where sometimes things can quickly spiral out of control.
If you take part in criminal activity, expect criminal consequences.
From chaos erupting at a popular beach in California, leading to over 400 arrests during July 4th celebrations, to some teens running amok in the streets of Chicago.
This car just ran through a whole crowd of Chicago police officers.
These unauthorized gatherings can be reckless and dangerous, and we want to make sure that their lives are protected.
Videos of these takeovers going viral, some even turning criminal and violent, with shots fired.
The teenager facing charges in the teen takeover in Raleigh.
At our nation's capital, a recent violent fight at a Chipotle garnered national headlines. 4 teens were arrested. The polarizing incidents leaving some concerned business owners closing shop early.
It's one of our busiest days of the week, so it is a hit and it's not fun, and especially as a small business.
And parents worried about their kids' safety.
He was struck in his chest, a quarter of an inch from his heart.
The trend becoming a cultural flashpoint on cable news.
Teen takeovers, turning streets into crime scenes and a whole lot more.
It's not just at night. You know, these are happening in the middle of the daylight, too. I mean, just completely brazen.
Many of these so-called teen takeovers never result in violence, but authorities worried about the community, sparking talks about public perception and safety, from imposing curfews to calls to punish parents for their teens' behavior.
Parents, if you don't control your kids, the district will.
But do these viral videos tell the whole story?
It's not the gathering itself that's creating the conflict, and I think that's what gets lost when we start to use the teen takeover label, that something is going to happen or that conflict is part of it, and that is not always the case.
We're in Detroit. Lawmakers and community leaders there seek answers and solutions.
The impact really has just been more of an overwhelming concern and kind of wondering why the young people are gathering.
Turning to teenagers themselves for help.
Us teens are not bad like how y'all trying to make it seem.
It feels great to know that we have a voice at the table, that they are listening to us.
Detroit, the Motor City, famous for Motown, has increasingly grappled with teen takeovers. In May, a teen was shot in the midst of a gathering in downtown Detroit. He spoke to our affiliate, WXYZ.
Somebody pulled the gun out and started shooting.
Just days later, Metro Detroit News posting this video of another takeover, teens flooding a local park.
Enforcement alone is not the answer. Our young people want to be invested in. They need structure and occupied things to do.
Earlier this year, Mayor Mary Sheffield launched a program dedicated to try and stop the growing problem.
We are not going to police our way out of violence and crime, but we are going to treat it from a holistic public health approach with both intervention, prevention, and enforcement.
Sheffield has turned in part to some of the teens who've attended these gatherings to find solutions, like 16-year-old Denisha Tidwell.
It was surprising in a way because who would have ever thought the mayor would want to speak to a bunch of teens? Us teens, we got to get our point across.
Denisha attended a teen takeover this spring after seeing a flyer for the event.
I don't think teens were looking for violence. I just think they wanted to go down there and respectfully just have fun and enjoy themselves. Some teens may have had the wrong idea going down there.
The gathering isn't the problem, or it's not a problem to be managed. It's a signal about what is missing and where that is missing.
Professor Amithia Franklin has studied and attended some teen gatherings in Chicago. She says the gatherings show what these teens really need.
They are leaving their neighborhoods because their neighborhoods do not offer what they're looking for, right? Safe public space, somewhere to be with other young people.
Teens' extracurricular activities have been scrutinized for generations, from car racing immortalized in Rebel Without a Cause to teenagers breakdancing in Beat Street, to videos of young people going viral forming flash mobs over the last decade.
Teen takeover, using that label, is something that's the label itself is new, but we've had previous labels. So teen takeover is just the current iteration of those things.
From city to city, the response to the so-called takeovers has varied. In Detroit, Sheffield says her administration has allocated $2 million in youth programming.
Having the voice of young people engaged in city government empowers them to really act differently and to empower other young people to do the same.
Young people increasingly making their voices heard, from over 50 teens in the Bureau of Police Commissioners Youth Advisory Panel.
We bring concerns from our community, from our youth perspective, to the police. And with that, we want to better enhance the relationship between youth and the police department, and also rebuild that trust between the youth and the police department as well.
To the mayor's youth cabinet.
We asked all these existing advisory councils, youth advisory councils, to elect 1 or 2 people to sit on this mayor youth cabinet. We kind of have the voice of the masses when it comes to the city of Detroit. It's like the leaders of the leaders, pretty much.
The city recently launching what they've dubbed the Occupy the Summer program.
We are offering Friday marquee events that include concerts, free giveaways, different activities. We also have late night basketball leagues and pickup teams for young women and young men. And so 6 days a week for 10 weeks, there is something in your neighborhood, in your area, East Side, West Side, Southwest Detroit, that is happening.
Denisha, now an intern for the city, recently organized a sanctioned event called the Teen Kickback with teens downtown.
It was more organized. It was a safer place. Teens weren't running all over the place, unorganized.
They want us to see them. They want to be seen. They want places to gather. They need more outlets.
And now a look ahead to Monday's show. Sharpen those spidey senses. We're with Tom Holland, spinning a web in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Will this be his last time as Peter Parker?
I don't want to overstay my welcome.
And when we come back, the stars of The Odyssey, how these gifted Oscar winners made the ancient Greeks seem just like us, from marital strife to parenting challenges.
The whole concept of gentle parenting was really a part of Ithaca and ancient Greece.
Welcome back. It's the long-awaited opening of The Odyssey, the ancient Greek tale brought to life in the way only director Christopher Nolan could. The first film shot entirely in IMAX with the help of a $250 million budget and a stellar cast. Who sat down with my Nightline co-anchor, Juju Chang.
I like to talk about Annie when she's not in the room because I don't like to embarrass her. But when you're working with somebody great, they really, you just look at them and you disappear into the world.
Oh, I can say the same thing about you, but thank you very much.
Oh, then do, please.
Matt Damon and Anne Hathaway disappearing into the world of Odysseus and his queen, Penelope, in this summer's epic blockbuster, The Odyssey.
Promise me you will come back.
You're transported into this world and you believe in all the characters, you believe in all the themes of remorse, of war, of family, of loyalty, and it's all in the writing.
The film already selling out in IMAX theaters for several weeks and scoring a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a remarkable retelling of the ancient Greek text with timely themes and ancient characters woven together by modern artists.
Ithaca's king is coming back.
No, he's not.
Both of you have Oscars on your shelves somewhere, but playing off each other must be like tennis when you play with a great opponent. It suddenly lifts your game.
It's so much fun when you respect someone so much and you admire their work, and then you get onto set with them and you realize they have colors and levels and layers they haven't even shown yet. Oh my God, you just opened your aperture so wide and it was just beautiful. I just felt lucky to be there.
That wide lens, so necessary for a story more than 3,000 years old. Legendary director Christopher Nolan adapting the most epic tale for the silver screen. A monstrous cyclops, terrifying sea monsters now brought to life for generations of students captivated by the Odyssey, especially one in particular.
I read that you loved Greek mythology. If your young Greek fan knew that you were going to play Penelope in this cast with this director, what would you think that little young Anne Hathaway would think?
I discovered Greek mythology when I was in 8th grade. And 8th grade me believed she knew everything, so I think she would have been like, no, absolutely, that's going to happen.
It's just the foundational story of Western literature. I found all of the other films I've made lurking in there somewhere.
Nolan is no stranger to larger-than-life epic adventures. His lost hero took us across time and space in Interstellar.
We must confront the reality of interstellar travel.
Oppenheimer witnessed the birth of nuclear warfare in Nolan's Oscar-winning story.
I don't know if we can be trusted with such a weapon.
But perhaps no story more ambitious than The Odyssey. The Greek poem spans more than 20 years and follows Odysseus' desperate voyage home after winning the Trojan War.
After years of war, no one could stand between my men and home.
Tell me about Odysseus. He's, like many of your heroes, complicated, morally slippery, as you say, haunted and trying to find his way back home.
The adjective that's most often been applied to Odysseus traditionally is wily. He's a very flawed character.
He's really complicated and really interesting. I mean, the best role I've ever had a chance to play.
Help me go home.
At his side, Himesh Patel and John Leguizamo are faithful comrades, both in the movie and on set.
Yeah, he is the most loyal character in Western literature. That's how Chris sold it to me. And, but he is. He sacrifices everything for his boss.
But it sounds like Matt Damon was the leader on and off.
Yes.
In and out of character.
So I've never seen anyone work harder physically, but never a word of complaint. And, you know, he's a hero.
Another tragic hero, Menelaus, played by John Bernthal, whose on-screen wife, Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o, is Helen of Troy, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Her husband reclaims her, only to encounter marital strife.
What I like about this version of The Odyssey is that we know the story, right? We know all the main beats, but Chris's film looks between the lines that are written. So there's the epic war, yes, but what did it cost everyone and how it affects the marital bond.
Tell me about the marital squabbling, because I do think that felt very relatable.
I think that's what marriage really is, you know, and everyone is going through their own sort of version of that.
Anger and resentment. It felt like a real dinner table.
That's right. That's right.
The realism of the storytelling finding new depth within its female characters. Not just beautiful, but multidimensional, wise, complicated, human.
It felt like you were breathing a certain life into a number of the female characters, whether it was Calypso, who has been debated and misinterpreted, Circe, Helen.
The female characters of the Odyssey have been interpreted in different ways in different eras. In the era we're living in today, it was very, very important to work with great actors. They're looking for the truth of these characters, and they're helping me bring that together.
I loved having the opportunity to humanize Helen. What we know about her is that she was beautiful, but that is not a character, you know? I was like, okay, yes, but how do I have to find something to play. I have to find an inner life. I have to find a reason for being.
Anne Hathaway's reason for being as Queen Penelope, exploring the tough love of motherhood with her son, Telemachus, played by Tom Holland.
That world is gone.
The whole concept of gentle parenting wasn't really a part of like Ithaca and ancient Greece.
She hadn't read many parenting books?
No, there were scrolls. Parenting scrolls were on a slow boat. And so I think that, you know, there's a brutality to the world. I mean, the fact of the matter is they lived by a rule which is, you know, you do unto others as you want them to do unto you, because the person that you're speaking to might be a god in disguise. And if you offend that god, you could bring terrible, terrible consequences onto you and the people you love. And so those are really high stakes.
What's at stake, still relevant over 30 centuries later.
It feels like a very modern, very timely lesson.
Timely and timeless. And it's essentially the golden rule. It's essentially treat others as you would be treated.
I think there's a reason we have been telling this story for, you know, thousands of years, because those themes are just ever present in our humanity.
And of course, in adapting it, you realize nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. We are still absolutely bound to each other and to our fellow people.
Our thanks to Juju. The Odyssey is in theaters now. When we come back, Justin Bieber, BTS, Shakira, and Madonna bringing the love to amp up football fever for this weekend's World Cup final. Finally, as Argentina and Spain get set to face off, we look ahead to the much anticipated and first ever halftime show at Sunday's World Cup final, featuring some of music's biggest names. It's tonight's Nightline. Madonna expected to bring the love to the World Cup's first ever halftime show. Part of an amazing array of star power set to include Dynamite singers BTS, Hips Don't Lie hitmaker Shakira, and
I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right. All the attraction, the tension.
And Justin Bieber.
You're going to want to watch it 5 or 6 times because every single second is absolutely amazing.
The event put together by Coldplay singer Chris Martin, known for huge hits like Clocks.
Come out upon my seas, curse missed opportunities.
He's also slated to take the stage for the halftime extravaganza. How they're ever going to pack all that into one show, we'll be watching. And that's Nightline for this evening. Thanks for the company, America. Have a good and safe weekend.